Welcome back to Down the Track, and we are reviewing KKR versus Punjab. At one stage, it looked like it might be a close, low-scoring thriller, but it was far from that. Andre Russell coming and demolishing Punjab. It was WrestleMania. WrestleMania is on Sunday, punter, but today was WrestleMania. He's giving just a preview of what's going to happen in WWE, and it was an excellent innings. 70 of 30 balls. What an innings! And overall, KKR have been incredible. We'll talk about them. We'll dissect the way they played. But your thoughts on the game initially? Punjab kind of capitulating. They actually got more than they could have. They should have. They should have got all out for 100.
Yeah. But you see, in the start, it looked like Rajapaksa was going to go and bang, bang, bang. And then I don't know why he threw away his wicket. And in the end, we thought KKR is just going to collapse. And then Russell came in. So it was like a total up and down game. It was like once Punjab looked really heavyweight lift champions. And then in the end, KKR looked. They actually, Russell comes out and says, "Yo, I'm still alive and I'm the heavyweight champion." So it was a crazy game of cricket. Yeah, in this, obviously, as you said, we have to dissect this game in, like, obviously it has to be
Yeah.
like 4 innings, not even 2 innings. It has to be 4 innings because it was 4 different games altogether in those 2 innings.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the intent straight away from Punjab. They lost a wicket, but Rajapaksa came and he smashed it. I've seen him play. I think he's a really good player, but I didn't expect him in the IPL. It's a bit different for foreign players. They do get kind of suppressed by the price tag and everything like that. But I just feel that now, because there's 10 teams, Rajapaksa didn't go for that much money. Bairstow isn't there. There's more opportunities for Sri Lankan players. There's more opportunities for Bangladesh players as well. Like players
Yeah,
from associate countries, whether it's Afghanistan, even Ireland. I was surprised that Sterling wasn't picked up. I think he can be a great opener in this tournament. But
absolutely.
him shining, it's great. Not only for him personally, because Sri Lankan cricket haven't picked him because of his fitness, but it's going to be good for Sri Lankan cricket in the end of the day as well. Like to see someone like that perform, it's been a while since we've seen someone maybe like Jayasuriya smash the ball like that from Sri Lanka.
True, absolutely. He totally reminds me of right-handed. I think it was Guru Ratne, who used to
Yeah.
open with Jay Surya. He, and the look-wise and the style-wise, he totally looks like him. And the way Sri Lanka had started the World Cup with Jay Surya and Guru Ratne that time, it looks like Rajapaksa is getting it back for Sri Lanka. I hope he's been picked by Sri Lankan team the way he's batting currently.
Yeah, and I mentioned to you Punjab, we both did pick Punjab, but I did mention to you that the Punjab's issue will be the KKR bowling. Whether it's Sadi, Umesh Yadav, the spinners as well, and hopefully someone like a Dhawan can step up, but that didn't happen. So Punjab again, same old problem. They're even stronger team than last time, but. Ishq is in the house, huge Punjab fan. Aman Gill, not Aman Gill, Aman Sampla, sorry. He's in the house. Bhaijan, welcome. Congratulations on KKR's win. Yeah, so we were talking about strong team on paper, but again, they have that same problem where they don't have somebody to bat till the end. And although Shikhar Dhawan was there, you can't expect him to do it every single game. He's also 36, 37. I'm not saying age is just a number, but he will have bad games. He's not going to have a game every time. But if you just look at the whole order, everybody else is just go big or go home type of players.
True that. Yeah, they don't have someone who can anchor except for Shikhar.
Which is good, but it just wasn't his day.
But
Then
yeah, it sometimes it does not work that way as well, right?
yeah,
We there's a lot of hope on Bawa, but Bawa is not
I don't
obviously.
think that's a wrong thing. Like they shouldn't be hoping much on him. He's a young guy.
Exactly. Like I feel
You remember Virat
that's the
Kohli's first
problem there.
IPL? He didn't do anything in his first. None of these under 19 players do that well in the first
True.
IPL. I mean, there's a few bowlers here, there, Bishnoi, but apart from that, it's always difficult in your first IPL. You could be a
Absolutely.
Rishi Dhawan maybe, but still, I don't. I think someone like an Agarwal and Dhawan, one of them have to take responsibility. Maybe that means that somebody else opens the batting, or maybe that just means, I don't know. Maybe you go Rajapaksa and Agarwal have Dhawan one down. Try something different just so that you have a different kind of game plan.
True. I like that idea. I think Rajapaksa and Dhawan sticking to the left hand right hand combination, and Agarwal can come one down.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Hopefully, some better plans coming out from the Punjab management team. But the best thing for today was the bowling working for Shreyas Iyer. he got Umesh, he picked up wicket. He got Saudi picked up a wicket. He got Sunil Narayan, he picked up a wicket. Varun Chakravarti, very economical. He gets Russell, he finishes the game.
Yeah.
So it was like a dream day for captain, right?
Yeah, dream day, and Umesh Yadav is making me eat my words. He's been performing every single game. I just can't believe it. I
he
just can't
he
believe it.
he's actually worked really hard. You see the fitness also. Uh, he's got those six packs back, and
Yeah.
he's been pulling at good pace as well, and getting that good line and length. So obviously a bowler to watch out for. And we have Dawn in the house.
What's up,
Nice.
guys?
That's a nice haircut, dude. Uh,
Thanks. Yeah,
but yeah,
put
I
some
think
effort.
Punter, just to add to that before I lose my train of thought was that also the way he's used them. Umesh Yadav, he's got smashed in the death overs, and more than me, I think Virat Kohli will be pissed off. He's like, "What the hell, man? Like with me, your economy was 25, and not picking up wicket here, you're picking up 4 wickets under 6 economy." So maybe the way he is used. Also, he's probably worked hard on his fitness and his bowling. And I think that's where Shreyas Iyer, you have to give him credit in terms of where he used his bowlers when he brought them on. And he went for the kill today. It almost backfired because they did get up to 130 and they could have got to 150 if Rabada kept hitting like that. But
Yeah.
he still went for the kill and it was great. I think Shreyas Iyer, even when they lost, we praised him. So that's a good sign as a captain. But Don, your thoughts on the game? Punjab, what you were expecting happened today. Just a very, very strong side, but they just capitulated.
Absolutely. I think even if Kagis or Abada would have scored those 20-25 runs in the end, it wouldn't have mattered because they finished the game with 5 overs left. So even if, it's the way Shreyas Iyer captain today, I think he was phenomenal. I think he didn't once the pressure got to Punjab, he didn't take the foot off the pedal. He didn't worry about that extra over or anything. He thought he'll take care of it in the end and didn't need that over. So fantastic captaincy by Shreyas Iyer and good batting, especially when the going got tough. I thought Russell came in and he took his time to settle down. I think it was 2 of 8, 2 of 9, and then he just went berserk out in the next 20 balls, which is what you expect from someone like a Russell. And also well supported by Sam Billings. Wicket on the other side, like we saw in their last game, could have been a little bit of a problem for them. So. Well done by KKR. I think Punjab have a couple of balance issues they need to figure out. I still think that the team needs a little bit more bowling potency. Kagiso Rabada and Chahar are good, but I think they need a little bit more support. In terms of their batting, also, I think that someone in the batting unit needs to take up the responsibility of going through the 20 overs as a anchor, and the others can go crazy around them. So they have to figure out one or two small things, but I still think that it's a good side, and they shouldn't be too worried after today's loss.
Yep, and also Shivam Mavi getting smashed, but Iyer didn't panic. You could see his face; he didn't panic. He just changed the bowling up a bit. You're going to have players because this KKR team has holes in the team. When we saw it, we didn't expect Umesh Yadav to pick 4 wickets. We didn't expect Tim Sadi to bowl like that. There's a lot of things we didn't expect, right? But I think the fact that the captain is composed, then you have a coach who's also has a specific way to play. And the best thing, like what Punter said earlier, is that they're getting the best out of everyone. It's like the timing is really good. Everybody, whoever is giving the ball to is picking up wickets. Andre Russell is in his peak form while being injured. I'm scared this guy can break anytime. He bowled over. Even that I was scared about. Then when he came to bat, but I think he's going to play more of a batsman in the next few games until he, works on his fitness. But he's somebody that if he can play like that. Also, we've discussed this a lot of times that the West Indian players prefer these pitches compared to the Dubai pitches, which is a big difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think 100%. I think anyone these are batting paradises. I think almost anyone, even the likes of Shreyas Iyer or any of these Indian batsmen or any batsman in particular, when the ball comes on so nicely to the bat, and when you can hit across the line so consistently and so conveniently, I think that's a sign of a good track, and anyone would enjoy the batting on these tracks. So for sure, I think not only the West Indian batsmen, I think everyone's enjoying themselves. It's a matter of when you lose a couple of wickets to be able to reset again and go to get that 170, 180, which Punjab wasn't able to do today is what is going to be very important moving forward. for all
Yeah,
teams.
Rachit is saying Punjab needs punter's captaincy, and he's saying hi cuties. Don, you have a proper following, huh? Love. Yeah, proper following. But there's one thing, Punter, I wanted to say. You mentioned it earlier, I think, when we were chatting. The Russell really took the poll question very seriously.
Absolutely. Yo,
Yeah, he took
he
that very
actually
seriously.
reminded me. He actually reminded me of the T20 World Cup, which I went to see India versus West Indies. It was at the same ground in Wankhede, and the way he smashed it today, he's like he's back to those days. Oh my God! Like, how dare you even ask that question? That who can hit further than Odean Smith or Russell? Like Russell, like come on, he's just a baby in front of me.
So the thing is, Odin Smith is actually a number 8, right? He's a number 8 batsman. And he's an excellent number 8 batsman. Then
True.
when you like, you can play him potentially at 7, but he's somebody who's going to swing the ball. Russell is somebody. He's a proper batsman. Like, he's a proper hitter. Maybe he doesn't rotate the strike too much, but you saw today he took his time in the beginning, and then he launched. Right? He took 6 balls. For him, it's a long time. 6, 7 balls it took him to settle. Yeah, Don.
Yeah, I think Odin Smith, I think the fact that he is a number 8 batsman, but with the ball, he's been poor. Both the games, I think first game, 52 runs, second game, about 39 runs in 3 overs. You can't accept, as a frontline bowler, that's just unacceptable economies. I think if that continues, his batting potency that he has at number 8 is not good enough to stake a claim in the 11. I think they'll have to look past him. They'll have to look for another option in terms of their bowling attack over there.
Yeah, I think also a very important thing is I'm sidetracking. Very important thing is to keep office parties when your team loses. Mr. Ashish was talking a lot of crap about Sunrisers. A lot of people, a lot of Punjab fans were talking a lot of crap. And what did they do today? They got smashed. They got slapped.
Ashish has not responded to any of the messages, by the way.
Yeah, he hasn't responded to anything. He kept an office party, so he's busy. So I'm going to keep an office party every time Sunrisers play in the anticipation that they're going to lose. But man, they got slapped today, Punjab. They got Andre Russell. They destroyed them. If that happened to Sunrisers, we'd be hearing a lot. So we have to give when we also take, right, Don?
Absolutely. I'm waiting for him to respond.
Yeah, waiting. I wish he could have come on, and he has the link as well. Like, I want to speak to him. A lot of things. Oh, doso kha liye, ye kha liye, wo kha liye. Like, lucky it was only 14 overs. Punter, if it was 20 overs, they would have 250 bhi kha sakte the Punjab, the way Russell was hitting.
The way Russell was going 200 easy, man.
Yeah, like after the game, when the commentator asked Mayank, do you think it was a 170-ish pitch? And then Mayank is like, yeah, it was a 170-ish pitch. I was like, in my mind, didn't you see Russell bat? I don't think so. 200 was also enough the way he was batting that time.
It was interesting. They did lose 4 wickets though, right? So there was something in the pitch. Maybe the dew also came, and played a factor. And also, it's just crazy batting, man. I don't think Russell is somebody, once he's set and he's in the zone.
But Rahul Shah did bowl beautifully.
Yeah, he bowled really well.
He
So
was struggling.
there was something there. There was turn for both spinners, both success spinners. Yeah. So I think there was something there. But when Russell is going like that, it doesn't matter. He'll smash it out of the park.
True, absolutely. Don, I wanted to ask you, like you said about Odin Smith's line and length. You see, he's bowling way towards down the leg.
Short.
Yeah, like he's a professional cricketer. He's been playing for West Indies, and then he comes and then continuously bowling down the leg. Do you think why that such scenario?
I wonder if he's struggling to grip the ball. I mean, it's too lame of an excuse, unfortunately. But I feel like because I think, like, you see, he's like so much water all around his body.
Yeah.
He sweats a lot more than maybe some of the others. So maybe he's finding it hard to grip because it keeps going down the leg. And when he's trying short as well, it's just too many half trackers that is becoming very easy to score off of. So maybe something he has to think about. Maybe a couple extra towels. I don't know. It's easier for us to say, but I think that's something that he's finding it harder than some of the others to grip the ball, I think.
True. Yeah. A lot of weaknesses exposed today, but Punjab is that type of team. I think on their day they can beat anyone, on their day they can lose to anyone as well. Like, it's that kind of team.
Yeah, but I think it's still a pretty decent side. I think just to
it's
figure
better
out.
than KKR for me on paper. Like, they are a better team.
But I think today's balance, I think when they removed Sheldon Jackson and got in a Mavi, I think the balance helped today. I think they looked a lot better today.
Because but then you have Mavi getting hit though. But
at least you have that extra bowling option. Yeah. And Mavi can provide with the bat also just in case needed.
Exactly. And also, what I was telling Punter yesterday yesterday, Sam Billings, exactly how I wanted him to play, he played, right? You were saying like he does play for England, they do play aggressive cricket, but he played the anchor today. That's exactly what he wanted. That's what the doctor required, and it was a very important innings, in my opinion. That's what I was asking for yesterday. That's exactly what he
True.
delivered. So it was great from Sam Billings as well.
Yeah, you actually mentioned that as well, that batting first did make a difference, and then chasing a target did make a
Yeah.
difference. And Sam Billings absolutely put himself in the right position, batted brilliantly as an anchor in the second innings, because chasing a low score, that's what was required from him, and he did it.
Yeah, and I think that's where the likes of Livingston. You have Rajapaksa let him play his game, right? But like the
True.
likes of Livingston, Shah Rukh Khan, and Harpreet Brar, and then Raj Bawal, you need them to also take the game deep, rotate the strike, just to have that second gear as well. Like not just go in fifth gear every single time. But
There is one thing that's starting to already make it's still early stages in the tournament, but I think that the fact that there's so much dew available, the toss is starting to become critical. I mean, out of the 9 games that have been played, 8 games have been won by the side chasing.
Only one.
The only time they didn't win was when Sunrisers played, but that's for another day. But I think that's going to start to play in a lot of teams' minds. And even today, when Shreyas Iyer was at the toss, apparently he said swimming pool, because of the fact that there's going to be so much dew. So these things are going to start playing in these players' mind, especially once the pitches. Now the pitches are great to bat on. Once the pitches start slowing down, these things will come into play a lot more, and these tosses will become important. And that's not something you want in a IPL kind of game. So something has to be done about that. I don't know what, honestly, but I think some smart people will have to think of a smart way to try to figure this kind of a situation out.
Yep, and you players of the match, Russell, unanimously.
For me, I think Umesh Yadav. I think he set it up.
Yeah, Umesh Yadav. Man, I have to eat a lot of words about Umesh Yadav, but still, it's IPL. Like, I want to see him play for India.
I'm very happy he's performing well. I think we've given him so much nonsense in the past. I think it's just nice to see someone who's taken so much stick come out and perform and shut his critics up, me included.
Yeah, he's been bowling great. Punter, for you?
For me, it'll be Shreyas Iyer because of his captaincy. The way he changed his bowlers today, I think he was bang on. Obviously, the bowlers did it for him, but yes, the way he rotated them, something great.
And for me, like, it's just the way he reacted when Shivam Mavi got hit. I mean, he didn't react, right? He just kept going and kept. He's an aggressive captain with field changes. Like, he's more into field changes and stuff. And then he's actually calm. He doesn't really, talk too much with his players. He doesn't he's very relaxed in that way. But tactically, he's pretty smart. And I think with McCullum, they're having a nice kind of. You can see the sense of McCullum there as well in terms of attacking. Getting your best bowlers in early and finishing off the game. So that's a bit of McCullum's influence.
In a debate between the future captain of KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant, I think Shreyas Iyer is quietly knocking the door and letting them know that he's still available.
He's passing to the center.
And for me, it's not even victory. He lost the last game. I appreciated that because he has holes in his team. I think his team is probably not as strong as other teams, and he's making it work. Of course, you have to give Umesh Yadav, Tim Sadi, all these guys credit as well, Andre Russell, but he's making it work. And that's
my question to both of you all, once Pat Cummins comes, do you think they'll drop Saudi?
I think they have no other choice because Narayan Russell and who's the third? Billings, I think, because if you're keeping that wicket keeping option, I don't see how else you'll be able to do it.
He's bowling so brilliantly.
He's bowling
pretty
well.
to have
today.
Yeah.
That catch was fantastic.
Honestly, I would play Sadhya until he gets injured, because Pat Cummins hasn't really done much in the IPL, but of course he has that name, and he did have that crazy innings last time. He provides with the bat also, but with the ball he hasn't been as effective. Sadhya's been more effective, but it doesn't really matter. I think it's a good headache to have. You can go with Pat Cummins now and then bring in Tim Sadi when needed. That's what they did with Ferguson and Cummins as well. Sometimes one of them rested, right? So
and for Mr. Johnny Besto.
That's going to be a difficult one, honestly. I think they'll have to look at maybe removing Odin Smith, bringing in a Johnny Bairstow, play him in the middle order, but then what will they do with the bowling is something they'll have to think. They have to bring in an Indian bowler, Sandeep Sharma, and then maybe a Harmanpreet Brar goes out.
You drop a spinner or you drop Arshdeep?
I think Harmanpreet goes out, Brar goes out, and I think you bring in a faster bowler because you have. Chahar, who's your frontline spinner, and then maybe you can try like a Livingston. I don't know. Livingston's as your backup spinner as well. Yes, so that's the option that they probably will go with. Just shows up the batting a little bit more, but bowling still remains a concern for me.
That's cricket, man. They had the best team on paper in the auction. Everyone's talking about them. They come against one guy, two guys, Umesh Yadav and Russ, and they get smashed. So that's cricket for you.
Yeah.
They still have a great team. They are, like, it's not a big deal. They can go with the same team and still win games.
If Mayank Agarwal can, it's going to be a difficult situation because last season we saw KL Rahul do this and it affected his whole overall way he was batting. But someone needs to take the responsibility of being an anchor, be it Shikhar or Mayank, and everyone else around him can just go berserk. Rajapaksa can go berserk because we've seen that happen. Livingston, these guys are just they hit out or get out kind of guys. But one person has to take responsibility of playing that sheet anchor role.
Yeah. Exactly what we discussed as well. Just very quickly, then tomorrow's games is Mumbai versus Rajasthan. Trent Bolt versus Mumbai Indians. It's going to be a great contest. Finally, he's going to play against them, and finally they'll understand what it feels like to have that ball swinging in the power play.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Pantak, your thoughts on it?
So Umesh Yadav doing against RCB, getting back to the holding. Dinesh Karthik doing it for RCB against KKR. And now it's going to be Trent Bolt against Mumbai. So I think that's the situation for Mumbai. I think he's going to pick 2 early wickets. For sure.
He picked up Rohit in the T20 World Cup, right? I remember I was...
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No, I think he did.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
Or he took the guy. He did
I think we were expecting so much from Rohit.
He didn't pick up his
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Was it the T20 World Cup
I feel he's going to pick 2
think...
early wickets and he's going to make a statement against Mumbai tomorrow.
He's going to make a statement against Mumbai. Don, your thoughts on this game? Rajasthan looking like the team to beat after that Sunrisers. Tomorrow we'll understand where Sunrisers lie. If these guys Mumbai lose, then if Mumbai win, then then we know where we lie. So it's a good kind of gauge for us as well.
Absolutely. I think along with Punjab, I think Rajasthan has been one of the teams that has done fantastically in the auction, and they proved in the first game that they have they for the most part it felt like they have their bases covered. But if a few early wickets and if you put the pressure on their lower, like kind of lower middle order, that's what I want to see. But if the openers get going, and like you saw in the last game, Padikkal and Samson were fantastic. If they can continue doing that, then you don't need the middle order or lower middle order. But I think tomorrow will be an important game because Mumbai has shown susceptibility. So it'll be important for Mumbai to forget the first game and kind of come back all guns blazing. You lose 3-4 games in the initial part, then it's always catch up, and that's not going to be easy. So Royals will look to kind of continue their good run, and Mumbai will look to come back. So it's going to be an interesting game. But the problem is, irrespective of all the gaping holes that Mumbai is the kind of team that mentality is just something else. So they will always be a thorn in anyone's flesh when they're playing against them. So that's going to be the real challenge tomorrow for Royals.
Yeah, and you still have your match winners. Hopefully, Bumrah comes back with a bang. He doesn't really get hit every game for 12, right? So hopefully he has a better game, and then they have match winners in Ishan Kishan, Rohit Sharma. It's just that
Sky is coming back too. Yep.
Yeah, Surya Kumar is coming back, so they will have a better team. But they're coming up against an excellent bowling lineup, a very good batting lineup. Like I said, I just hope Sanju Samson continues his batting. We've seen this first game of the season, he always smashes it, then it tapers down a bit, and hopefully we get to see a more consistent Sanju Samson, because if he can bat like that, then he can walk into any team.
He's one of the most talented players that I've really seen. It's just unfortunate that his consistency has been a problem. I think this is like a broken record. Whenever you talk about Sanju Samson, consistency comes in the picture, but it's unfortunate. But hopefully, like you said, I mean, if he can continue the form.
You remember he came for India, first ball 6 and next ball out.
Next ball out,
Come on. You got so much chances. This is the biggest opportunity you ever had, and you just threw it away.
Yeah,
and also, as a captain, he has more to play with now, right? So, it actually kind of eases his kind of role as a captain. He has Ashwin as well if he needs to fall back on someone. And, when you have Bolt, Prasidh Krishna, Chahal, Ashwin, these guys, it becomes a bit easier in that sense. So, hopefully he makes the most of it as well. You don't want to throw it away. Even with a good bowling lineup, you want to, make teams. And I think Rajasthan is that type of team who can also defend 130, 140. They have that ability. Just... can they be a bit smart and calm under pressure? And I think with the experience that they have, It's good. Look, you look at that bowling lineup. Chahal. I keep thinking he's 24, 25. He's 31 years old. He's an experienced spinner, so he's he looks like a kid, but he's older to us as well. So he has that experience. Ashwin has experience. Bolt has experience, and Prasad Krishna has learning. But he's reaching his peak, and in a few years, I think you'll see the peak of Prasad Krishna. But last game as well, tomorrow, it's between Delhi Capitals and Gujarat, man. Hardik Pandya, my boy. Whenever I look at Gujarat, Hardik Pandya captaining, I still can't think, and I'm enjoying it. It's not like I'm making fun of it. I'm enjoying it. It's funny, but I'm not making fun of him. I just find it funny that, the way he's leading, it's cool. Hardik Pandya, the leader. Your video quality has decreased, brother. What's the matter? I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the Hansla Abbasi. Sorry about that. Hope we can improve it. I will work on that. But yeah, Don, Hardik Pandya.
I mean, Pandya is it's one of those situations with him, right? When the going is good, Hardik Pandya is in full flow. I want to see when the going gets a little tough, how Hardik Pandya will react. But first game, they had a fantastic start, 2-3 quick wickets, and they look good. They went out to win the game. So everything's hunky dory in the Titans camp right now. I want to see if they lose 2-3 games, how Pandya will react, how the team will just in general react. Yeah. That is going to be the biggest test. For now, everything's good for them.
Yeah, and Patter, he's doing what a captain should do, batting at number 4, bowling all 4 overs, placing wherever he wants in the field, fielding wherever he wants. He's enjoying captaincy to the fullest.
Well, he's, according to me, he's the only match winner what Gujarat has. He can single-handedly make Gujarat win the game.
How can you say that?
Who else?
I know we hate it.
Rashid Khan never made SRH win the game single-handedly as well. He got 2 or 3 wickets like that, but he did not make them win any game
when you pick up 2-3 wickets with the economy of 3, that's winning people games. Don will tell you, Don, you're a Sunrisers fan.
But still, SRH used to even lose with his 2-3 wickets with an economy of 3.
Last season, but when they reached the finals, Don, come on. They
I think as much as
they defended what, 110 or something?
As much as my
all right, but you have to agree to this that Rashid Khan alone single-handedly can't made SRH win any game.
He did. He has done it.
No, there have been a couple.
He performed brilliantly, but obviously there was someone in the batting who did it. It wasn't like they scored like 120 with everyone making like 20 odd runs, and then he comes in.
In the last Gujarat game, it wasn't like Hardik Pandya was the main guy. Like, he wasn't the match winner either. You'll have people stepping up, but Rashid Khan.
I'm not saying that he was. I'm saying he is the only match winner who can single-handedly make Gujarat win the game. Don't you think so?
No.
I think Rashid Khan needs to be given a little bit more credit. I think Punter is as much as it pains me.
I love Rashid Khan. He's always there in my IPL fantasy league.
Yeah, but that's
it's if you just look at it like in terms of like, of course it's a team game. You won't have thing, but if you just say match winner who changes the thing of the game, complexion of the game, Rashid Khan's done that with the ball. He's done it a lot with Sunrisers. There's so many times his spell, he comes and picks up 3 wickets. He gets hit for like 3-4 run economy, and even against Punjab in Dubai in 2020, I remember that game. Nicholas Pura and these guys were hitting. He came, he just changed the game himself. So there's times where even low scores, he was the main guy. Like, they got teams all out for 80, 90. And of course, they'll both need to work in tandem, though. It's not just enough for Rashid Khan. There's Ferguson there as well. There is Hardik Pandya there as well. They still have to play.
Shami, we saw Shami
as well. Yeah,
what Shami did, but
the likes of having Ferguson, Shami, to back a Rashid Khan is what I think that this Titans is, because when in the last season when you saw like Hyderabad was getting annihilated all over the place, only Rashid was performing, but everyone around him was getting whacked. So that was the biggest problem, and that's why they were losing games. But Shami, with the potency that he has, Lockie, the likes of the options of having a Rahul Tewatia, Hardik Pandya bowling, this is a decent bowling attack. I'm worried about their batting though, but this is a pretty decent bowling attack.
Yeah, their batting does, even their bowling looks amazing, but then there's one gap there. Then the batting looks kind of disjointed. It doesn't look like a smooth team. Yeah. But then they have explosive players, right? Whether it is Hardik Pandya.
In the last game, Rahul Tewatia stepping up.
Yeah. So, Punter, would you consider him as a match winner?
He's done it a couple of times, Punter.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
we're losing Punter's connection, but can you hear us? Yeah, I think we lost him.
we
Maybe
lost
we can
Punter.
go and come back. But yeah, Don, Shubman Gill will have to
I
play a
can
big
hear
role
you.
as well.
Uh, I think we got him back. But yeah, Punter, hello.
But it just
Anyway,
go and come back, go and
yeah,
come
just
back.
yeah.
Yeah, Don.
I think Gill, lot of what is it called? Trust has been shown on him, so he has to really give back to this team. I think he's been in and around the KKR setup as well, but then
Yeah,
Venkatesh Iyer was the guy who steamrolled them into the finals last season. So then they had to uh, reset that team, and Venkatesh Iyer was the one who retained, and he didn't get retained. So it's a new team for him. I think he has to start taking the responsibility of being the important mainstay batsman over there. He's going to be opening the batting. Take the responsibility, take this team up to newer heights now for him. Because at Vijay Shankar at three is susceptible. Then you bring in a Hardik Pandya. Then you have more like all round options. But he's your proper batsman in this team, so he needs to take a little bit more responsibility for sure.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, Punter, before we lost you, we just were asking if Rahul Tewati is a match winner.
Yeah, we saw him play against Punjab that way, but I still don't consider him a match winner. I think he's one-time fluke.
He plays game-changing innings, though, right?
Every now and again,
He
he'll come
does.
up with an innings like that. Yeah.
So you have these, you'd say volatile kind of players. On their day they'll smash it, and then other days even if they get out for a duck, you won't be surprised. So they have that kind of team, Gujarat, and then Delhi. Don, they still don't have Warner and Mitchell Marsh. I think he's not ruled out, but I don't think he's going to play this IPL, man. So it's a more kind of thing. Nokia's fitness as well. We don't have the latest update. I don't know if he's going to play tomorrow. So they're still waiting on players, but the Indian contingent is really stepping up. Whether it's Lalit Yadav, Akshar Patel, all these guys coming with the goods we saw against Mumbai. So how are you looking at Delhi?
Yeah, I think Delhi, like this is a solid side. They went out, they did a fantastic job in the auction. They have like players to step up. Tim Seifert is an able replacement to a David Warner. The likes of the bowling attack that they had also. Even though they didn't have the likes of Noki and Mitchell Marsh, I think when they come back, this is going to be a solid side. If Mitchell Marsh can come in quickly, whatever that injury is, if he can brush it aside, come into the side, man, this is a proper cricketing side. Uh, One to look out for, honestly. So it's just a matter of being a little bit more consistent with this. Now they don't have the likes of Rabada and Noke, Akshar Patel, Ashwin. That was a proper bowling side. They have a one or two small gaping holes because Shardul Thakur can get hit for runs and stuff like that. So we'll have to just see how they kind of cope with that. But I think this is a solid side.
Yeah, and that lower middle order like gives them that license to go, explosive at the top. Especially if Warner comes back, I think he'll have a good free hand to go at it at the power play because they do have Thakur, Akshar Patel, Lalit Yadav to provide in that middle order. And
Yeah, and Warner doesn't have to worry about like after batting after four because he does have some batting here.
yeah, his approach will be completely different now. Yeah, Punter, you also mentioned Lalit Yadav before. I didn't expect him to be in the team. I wanted Sarfaraz to play, but he's done a really good job. And we were just talking about that lower order. They do have that, so it's a good team in terms of batting and bowling. Might not be as good as last year, but they do have options.
Yeah, winning with two foreigners in the last game. That also they were like almost out of the game, done and dusted. And then Akshar Patel and Lalit Yadav coming in, performing the way they did was spectacular. I think you can't underestimate them. But yes, as Don said, there is a bowling concern. You need to find some replacement for Nortje if he's not playing. Get someone in, maybe even for Mitchell Marsh if he's not joining. So they might get in like a Zampa, who's available in market, who can also help him out because they're missing a spinner as well, a good spinner, because they were using Lalit Yadav as a second option. So I feel that would be a good option for Nagarkoti, to get in some turn in especially in stadiums like Bribon, and today we saw in Wankhede also. Obviously, DY Patil and Pune would be a difficult pitch for spinners, but yes, you have two stadiums where these kind of spinners can make you win matches.
Yep, good shout there. And leg spinners always help. I think even Chennai missing leg spinner, they do have that youngster in their ranks. I'm forgetting his name, but
Delhi have Kuldeep Yadav though, a
yeah,
spinner.
Kuldeep. Yeah, Punter took us a different track, but yeah, they have Kuldeep
Oh
Yadav.
yes, Kuldeep.
Yeah,
Oh, what a comeback for him!
Yeah,
yeah,
four
he's
overs. I was just checking the scoreboard. 4 overs, 18 runs, 3 wickets
yeah,
against
Kuldeep
Mumbai.
Yadav gives you that, and
Yes,
he's now
that
already.
was a crazy.
Him and Chahar will be knocking on that selectors thing for that World Cup if they have good IPLs. A lot of people like them as a pair, so I think there will be a lot of a lot of people advocating these guys to be in the team. Uh, but yeah,
One question before I let you guys go.
Wow.
Actually, more for punter. Actually, Vijay Shankar at 3 punter. Your thoughts?
Vijay Shankar.
That's what I told Mustafa the other day also, that Vijay Shankar on 3 is like the biggest problem for Gujarat. I don't know how he will manage that role. Like we've seen him in SRH also come one down couple of times, but he's failed. So big responsibility for a person like Vijay Shankar to come one down.
Would you consider playing a Miller at 3, even though he's more of a finisher, but kind of then just give the free role to Vijay Shankar at 5 or 6?
I would rather keep Miller for the finishing role and play someone like Manohar Sadarangani up as one down,
Yeah.
because we saw the way he came in and he performed. He has good shots. He's got good power as well. So you can definitely give that youngster a try.
Yeah, I think they should try him out.
Yeah, it's crazy how Vijay Shankar and Manish Pandey are performing, and the likes of Badoni and Manohar. It's not good times for those guys. Like they still have the experience; they can still come back in this season, but that pressure will be telling on them for sure.
Yeah, the youngsters are stepping up. Some really good, exciting talent. We already saw like the likes of Badoni, the likes of what's the other guy's name? Bishnoi. These guys, these youngsters are starting to really put some pressure on some of the old timers that are not going to be performing consistently.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Even
think that pretty
yesterday's
much
game,
wraps.
Shivam Dubey going at a strike rate way more than Raidu. So pressure on Raidu as well over there, right? Because that was a game where everyone was striking more than say 140 plus, and Raidu going at 110, 115 was not enough.
The only thing is, Raidu has been performing for them in bits and pieces last couple of years. He hasn't been as consistent, but he's been hitting, right? These guys have not been hitting for 8 years or 10 years, man. Vijay Shankar and Manish Pandey, I don't remember. Manish Pandey, the last time I remember him hitting was in
2014.
2009 against Sunrisers when he scored.
Bro, no. 2014 final में हमारा रे भाइयों ने बेचारा इस कुत्ता का ही खराब it's a 2015 Sunrisers bought him. Since then he hasn't
KKR
performed.
he hit, right? With KKR.
Yeah, with KKR he was
KKR
the
he hit
man.
in the final.
Yeah. 2012 and 2014.
No, but
I know.
there was one also for Sunrisers. He hit 80 of like 40 balls in 2018 when they reached the finals. Remember when Warner wasn't there? Manish Pandey stepped up one game. I remember.
Yeah. But 7 years में एक innings is not fair.
He has the talent.
Yeah, that's it's not fair, but I guess I don't know what it is. Hopefully, we get to see. He's a great fielder as well. So I hope,
gun fielder.
yeah, I hope he gets some runs under his belt. It doesn't look likely right now, but that's the way to go. I think he just needs to play aggressive. If he gets out, he gets out. If he starts consuming 30, 40 deliveries, they're in trouble. I think so. He needs to just try to hit. Like that's what he has to do. But yeah, pretty much wraps it up. Any last thoughts?
No, looking forward to the double header tomorrow.
Yeah, double header on Saturday and Sunday is single header. Kind of strange. I thought both days will be double headers.
They should have played Hyderabad Monday तक नहीं खिलाने. I want to get over the first loss.
बोला crowd नहीं आएगा, फालतू में पैसा नहीं बर्बाद करते.
I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, I guess
Right
it's
now.
because it's in Bombay. Like they don't want to have like two games in the same city at the same time. I don't know. Like maybe that's something that the logistics they'll have to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow
So
for
your
me,
predictions for tomorrow?
Royals in Delhi.
Yeah,
I thought
I'm
so.
going. I'm going Gujarat and Royals.
Huh. But
But
I mean,
Mumbai Indians,
I
I
thought
think
so too.
Mumbai Indians will fight back. I think
yeah, for sure.
they'll fight back. They
Just
won't.
feel like the bowling is
Yeah, they
very
will
weak.
definitely fight back. I do. Yeah, like having big names like Daniel Sams, and then you have Bumrah, and then you have Tyler Mills, but a bowler like Basil Thampi performing better than these three, in the straight away puts a question mark. Like, did you guys go for the right players and leaving
But
Bolt
the thing is,
for Jofra, who might be playing next year?
you have to remember that a lot of times I heard like a lot of people, Mumbai fans, saying, "How did we let go of Bolt?" It's not just you. I saw it on Twitter every time. You have to remember, we got Jofra Archer. That,
Instead,
yeah,
yeah,
he has what, 5 years more than Bolt. I think he's 4 years or 5 years younger than Bolt, and yes, he's injury prone, but
True.
they did get a crazy bowler. So it's not like it wasn't a bad auction in that way. It's just they have to
Yeah.
be a bit more patient, long term thinking, like in that sense. So it's not all thing. Yeah, let Basil Thampi, like let him perform. Let these guys perform. Let Unadkat step up. Why not? Until then, but you have
That's
when
the only
Archer and
hope.
Bumrah comes, it's game over, bro. Like we get.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's the only hope we Mumbai Indian fans have.
No,
yeah.
no, like this is now it's about Taimal Mills chipping in. Sams does get hit, but is a utility player. Then Basil Thampi chipping in. Murugan Ashwin bowled well, so it's about other people chipping in, supporting Bumrah. That's what it is. They're good bowlers. It's not like that. At a time we had like a Bharat Chipley and Harmanpreet Singh and these guys. It's not a Shoaib Makhsusi. It's different. That was a different bowling attack. Don, that was a different bowling attack.
That was the best, bro. Those days are the best days. Now it's
Yeah.
all so
Best days.
like minute
Imagine,
details.
I remember it was first Fidel Edwards and then Ryan Harris leading that attack in the playoffs. Fidel Edwards had to go after picking up
RP
like,
Singh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, RP Singh and then Harmanpreet and all the Makhsusi and these guys. So
Harmeet Singh, why are you
Yo, RP Singh
disrespecting
was a purple cap holder.
Harman Singh? Yeah, dude, that all those left arm slow balls,
Harmeet Singh.
back of the hand. No one was able to pick it at 100. He's coming in full picture se bhag ke aake 100 dal raha. No one was able to
Yeah,
pick it at all.
like Shoaib Akhtar run up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good times, good
But
times.
yeah, hope to catch you guys tomorrow and have a good weekend and yeah, enjoy the games tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward to it, boss.
All right, man. Take care, guys.
Take care.